Hello, Virgo. Welcome to May. So let's see what comes out for you before I say anything. What's this now? King of Wands reversed. Is this your energy or someone else's? Not sure. Not feeling it. We'll see what comes out around it. So King of Wands reversed. Why? Like, is there a feeling of disappointment in someone else, in some version of yourself, feeling as though it's not everything that it was supposed to be, or it's not everything that it could have been? Maybe there is a feeling of seeing someone else in a different kind of light. Maybe there's a lack of innovation in your life. Where am I supposed to go creatively? How am I supposed to express myself in the best possible way? How am I supposed to be the one to stand out and to be a leader? And, maybe there's just a lot of different things mulling around in your mind right now, because that's what I'm getting. Just a lot of different things in a lot of different areas of your life. How is this all piecing together? ... So, okay, fine. All right, well, we'll see. Let's see what happens around this King of Wands. I'm getting both a humbled quality and a feeling of like someone isn't living up to what they could be. They're not living up to the king that you know they are. Getting that vibe. This one also kind of wanted to come out too. Leo had a lot of people present as well. So Leo being your 12th house, I guess it kind of makes sense that there's multiple players involved. So getting a couple individuals, a couple very separate, very distinct energies. Maybe this is your energy here. Maybe this is you, but either way, this Nine of Wands tells me that there is a very substantial blockage between you and another person that you clearly care about. And people are not wanting to be vulnerable, even though you're feeling very vulnerable. People are not wanting to say the words because they don't know how you're going to react, and you're not saying it because you don't know how they're going to react. And there's fear present here for sure. There's a feeling of fear. Fear of the commitment, a fear of sacrificing your independence, whatever it is. The Nine of Wands is not doing you guys a lot of favors right now. Sometimes the Nine of Wands can be good. Sometimes you need to protect those barriers and keep up those boundaries and not let people take advantage. But you guys have stuff you want to say to each other. You have something in your heart that you feel you want to say, but maybe there's a part of you that either suspects or knows that the other person isn't going to return the sentiment. But I'm kind of thinking like maybe they feel a little bit the same way, but they're also not ready. And maybe everyone is just all confused. Everyone's just all confused. No one really knows. Honestly, I don't advocate holding things in, but I also know how intuitive Virgo is. And if you're intuitively feeling like it's not going to be returned and you know that it's going to be fruitless by saying it, with the energy the way it is now, maybe just don't say it. Maybe you wait till Mercury gets into the 9th house, for you, when it gets into Taurus, and the communication is a little bit more purposeful and it's not so like, heavy inside of you and 8th house stuff. Emotions running real deep. Real deep. I'm sorry, you guys know I put the camera down, but I'll do that later. But this is how they came out. And my first kind of instinct was, you feel so far away from this person. That's what I'm feeling. Like you feel so far away. Some of you might be sleeping right next to that person that you love so much, or you might be going to work with that person every day. And yet there has never been like such a great divide. And yet the feelings are so like really intense. And I think the caring quality of the Queen of Cups is really coming through pretty harshly, actually, because it's almost as though you wish you didn't care so much, or it's almost as though you wish. What is it? I can't even put my finger on it. Like there's something so confusing about what's going on with you. Maybe that's you really not even knowing what you feel. Maybe that's just all it is. Really not knowing what you feel, really not knowing where to draw the line. So everyone is just silent. It's all silent, so quiet. So quiet. But yet there's a yearning, there's a longing. It's the soul connection that's missing. Like even if you're physically very close together and you're doing your thing, like there's a longing to be deep inside someone's soul, and in terms of sexuality, with all the 8th house stuff, we have to talk about sex with you guys. With the sexuality, it's 8th house scorpionic sexuality. It's not like, really physical body. It's not even intellectual sex. It's like soulful sex. And I'm wondering if that's really not being delivered to you. And so your heart is feeling left grasping at something, but I also it's just not accessible to you on an energetic level. It's not accessible to you. That can be really hard when someone's going through 8th house transits, it can be really, really hard because it's transformative. And I think you're feeling ready to really change. And in a way, the sexual component is a vehicle through which that can occur, and somehow it's falling short. Leo's was all about romance and love too, right? Leo 12th house. So, you guys are ready for romance. I think you've been feeling it. Now, this doesn't have to be romance. A lot of times it's a choice. So maybe you do have multiple people. Why now am I seeing I didn't feel comfortable pinning these on you. I didn't feel comfortable saying you're the king, you're the knight. That's why, because now you're the queen. So it's like, okay, Virgo's coming out as the feminine energy, and the other people coming out as the masculine energy, which means you're wanting them to come to you, you're wanting them to approach you, but they're also kind of not doing it at the same time. And maybe you do have multiple people and neither one of them is like approaching, or they're approaching and falling short. Why is that a theme this month? I don't know, people falling short. Because of the people watching my channel and watching astrology and tarot in general, those usually are people that are doing the really intense work on themselves, and they're evolving and progressing and ascending, that they're saying now, they're ascending. And you're feeling that very clear divide happening, and that gap is getting bigger and bigger. And I think as you become more and more whole and you become more and more complete, the need for you to find another complete person gets bigger and bigger, but also the pool of people gets smaller and smaller, because how many people really truly are full and complete in and of themselves? And I think there was, or is, hope still, right? There's not hope, optimism. You're optimistic and you have faith. And that's why maybe like with this, that's why I said that king, right? Maybe you see this person as a king and they're not living up to their king status. They're not living up to what they truly are or who they could be. That's a very dangerous game for Virgo. That's what gets Virgo in trouble a lot, right? That's kind of one of the negative things that I'm a Virgo too, that we do, is you're not everything that you could be. And we say that to ourselves all the time. It's like that projection outward that's really a reflection of what's going on. You're not everything that you could be. I see so much potential in you, blah, blah, blah. You can play that game. That's not a healthy game. You got to get that out of your system and just kind of like really catch yourself when you find yourself doing that, because it's not really going to make this person be the king. Just because you know that they could be like that doesn't mean they're going to be like that, I see you very connected with the King of Wands. So Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, someone who is Leo-esque in nature. They could be very Capricorn or Scorpio or whatever. Doesn't matter really what their sign is, but they're tapping into a little bit of the dramatic, I think. Being a little dramatic. Maybe even silence is a little bit dramatic too. Dramatic via silence. Why is this the weirdest reading of the whole month, the whole year that I've done for you guys? This is the weirdest reading. So really not being said, not a lot of illumination. Like, this is Piscean stuff that we already went through. Like, why are we still experiencing this kind of not knowing, not feeling, not seeing the whole thing? Probably just the transformative nature of the Venus and Mercury in the 8th house. You are drudging up things inside that are needing to be addressed. Okay, fine. Saturn in the 5th house doing the retrograde stuff. Fine. And so maybe the whole picture really is just not formulated yet. Maybe it's going to take a lot longer than we thought. Here we have the sword of truth pointing down. So either there's a delay or someone is with a lot of withholding energy. So it wouldn't be surprised. Not outright lying, but omission of truth. People just simply not telling you the whole story, And I think you sense that, like your little spidey senses, you're picking up on it. And you, in turn, doing the very crab-like thing, since this is a card of Cancer, doing the very crab-like thing and retreating into your hole, which Virgo is pretty good at with the hermit vibe, right? So you're kind of doing that Cancerian, pull it in, retract, detached, North Node in freaking Cancer, 11th house. So yeah, of course you're doing the detaching thing and just kind of, escaping. But it's not escaping because you're in denial or you don't want to deal with it. It's because you're escaping because you just know that other person or other people they're not going to be there for you. Like if you put on this display of vulnerability, no one's going to catch you. So maybe you're kind of in that teeter-totter of you want to be vulnerable because it's truth and it's authentic. But what's the point of being authentic and vulnerable if it's not going to develop into something, Happen to see that in the camera on the bottom of the deck. So here we have the Magician. So interestingly, now would probably be a good time for you to begin the manifestation exercises and techniques to manifest some kind of an outcome, not specifically with this person, right? But if you're looking for a relationship, to manifest that, or career advancement, manifest that, whatever you want, do the thing for whatever your heart desires. And just maybe take some pressure off of this person or these people, take some pressure off of yourself, and just be open to maybe something that's like way better. And this hesitation stuff is probably symptomatic of it not being right. Here's a moment. This is the antithesis of the Ace of Swords reverse. So we're getting kind of contradictory vibes. Although I love this, because it is that feeling of coming up out of the dark. Okay, you're no longer in the dark anymore, and you see it for what it really is. The beautiful thing in my kind of Buddhist and Tantric yoga stuff that I'm studying is they speak so much and so often about the sun. And you can have a darkness that has existed for eons, But as soon as light enters, that darkness is completely dispelled. It doesn't matter how long, right? The light doesn't have to work to illuminate. It doesn't have to work to like clear out the darkness. It's just boom, in one instant. It's done, it's gone. And that's kind of the essence of the Judgment card, is like you turn on the light and boom, that room is light. And you just can't not see it anymore. You can't not know it anymore. So again, the antithesis of the Ace of Swords, which is an omission of truth or someone not being entirely forthright or a delay or whatever. Well, here it is, illumination. At least you have all the information that you need. Some of that information is going to be intuitive, so please don't discount that. This is not a time for you to rely solely on your five senses and solely on the story that another person is telling you. Your gut is probably the greatest purveyor of information right now. So pay attention to your gut, okay? For Virgo, the gut, obviously you're the ruler of digestion, right? So the gut is the most important intelligence center for Virgo. My goodness. These are both Aquarian. This is a card ruled by Uranus. Okay, and this is the Aquarian archetype. So, do you have two people? Really, seriously, Leo was all about feast or famine. It may carry over to you as well. So there may just be a lot of people like really drawn to Virgo. Maybe you're putting off a very sexual vibe with the 8th house stuff. You're putting out this kind of vibe of being ready, you know, of power, of... like, I don't know, I'm getting like a feeling of like you're putting out this fragrance, this pheromone fragrance that people are just kind of like, oh my God, there's Virgo. You know, they're paying attention, they're seeing you, they're following you. And so clearly here's a king that is seeing you. But I don't know, are you not seeing them? Maybe that's what the Judgment is all about. Maybe the Judgment card is you see them. Right now your back is turned to them. But they're present, but they're also not exerting effort. Why isn't anyone exerting effort right now? Everyone's just like trying to make the other person do the work. And Virgo, I know you're not about to do the work right now. You're just like not about it, you know, just like over it, so over it. Especially if you are a female and you're dealing with men, or if you're a female and you like more masculine oriented females, where you are the receiver. You want others to come to you, and they're not. So it's really tough to get you to get together with someone this month, you know, but ultimately this one is the one that's upright. The King of Swords, the one that's upright, you know. What can I say? They see you, they're interested in you. There's an attraction for sure. I think they like that you're doing your own thing. It's potentially someone who is watching with that 9 of Wands. I'm kind of getting a watching vibe via social media, Instagram, Facebook, and whatnot. They see you for sure, but they're keeping their distance for some reason. We'll clarify that in the comprehensive. Super annoying, right? It's like, oh, just say something. Like, really? Why these games? Just so over it. I'm like laughing because it's just Virgo. You're just so over it. You don't see them. Are they lurking? Like, do you have a lurker? Someone who's like you know who they are and you know their name and you know that they're present. But like while you're kind of caught in your stress and you're kind of caught in your woes, maybe you're paying a lot of attention to the, you know, reversals up at the top here. Like you don't even know that this person's even there. You're so distracted. You're completely looking in the other direction, on both sides, on both accounts. Not even looking, not even aware. And they're like smack dab in the middle of the reading, right underneath the Lover's card. So let's go ahead and put the camera down. We'll draw more cards. We'll do the clarifiers and see like what the heck is going on here. As we move into ninth house, right, as specifically Venus and Mercury move into the ninth house, the sun moves through Gemini in the 10th house over the course of the next couple months, you'll start seeing higher level understanding come to all of this. So it's not as though this is like a forever kind of deal. It's just temporary. So don't stress about it too much. It's just annoying. I think that's the most annoying part, is just how annoying it is. Okay, now let's pull from this. Oh, the camera seems to be pretty exposed. Okay, Four of Wands, a card of completion. Also stability. Virgo, you're so stable right now. Eight of Cups. This is so tiring here. This is like the annoying thing. This is a drainage of energy. See, this is why you should just do your thing, right? Don't worry about what they're going to say. Don't worry about how they feel. Like, honestly, don't worry about it, because if you worry about it and you spend time stressing, it is just going to completely steal your vital life energy, which is the energy that you need to accomplish things and just be a normal person in life, right? And just operate like a normal person. So the more you can dedicate energy toward yourself, the more you can focus on your goals and your ambitions and what you are wanting and needing over the course of the next few weeks, just the better you're going to feel about the whole thing. This is the situation of you being available and being open, okay, and being ready to kind of talk, but only if they're ready, and your gut is like they're not ready. So, so any stress over it is just like ridiculous. You're just doing it to yourself at that point, okay? So here we have an astrology card, and it's the sun. Oh, same came out for Leo as well. So it's all good. Right? The sun completely dispels the darkness of the Nine of Swords. That's what this is all about here. And the sun, even here too in the Lover's card, I don't know why the coloring is so bright. I don't know why. But the sun here is smack in the middle too. So you have the power of illumination, the power of consciousness, and the power of spirit. Right? Sun spirit literally behind you. Okay, so let's clarify that. Okay, King of Wands. So these are going to be the cards and the messages that we'll go over in the comprehensive. So we'll talk for another 20 to 25 minutes. The link will be in the description box down below the video here. Okay. First and foremost, you just need to know that that person's just kind of busy, okay? They're busy, they're doing things. They're accomplished, wow, and they're lost. They're busy and they're lost, and they're getting distracted in unimportant things. Okay, and a couple flip over here. I don't know if you're dealing with like 2 or 3 people. I definitely don't think you're enjoying it, right? Like, you're not enjoying it. You're not enjoying the triangle. The sun again. The hesitation and the lack of communication is the best possible outcome for you. It's really important that you understand that. This is the best possible scenario. The sun came out twice. Okay? Let's look at Queen of Cups. There's a card of Virgo, so that's definitely your energy, for sure. the internal struggle because of external struggle. Oh my gosh, how beautiful is that Lover's card? Even the Strength card at the bottom that I just happened to see. I'm not going to pull it, but I just happened to see it. So, like, wow. Lovers is legit. And the Magician is all about deciding what you want. Oh, Knight of Cups came out twice. Knight of Cups is problematic. You may be dealing with some kind of delusion person. A Knight now. Knight of Wands now. Delusionary person that has some kind of freaking idea about what something is supposed to be. Okay, 3 majors reversed to clarify a major upright. Okay. King of Wands reversed. Another King of Wands reversed. So this is a dynamic reading for sure. There's a lot of players. Okay, I gotta say this, and we'll go into it more in the comprehensive, but I think this is someone that you thought is like totally over. What, you don't hear? The reason you're not looking at them is because you don't realize that they're even still around. You don't even know that they're watching. You don't even know that they're interested. You don't even know that they're here, but their presence is very much here. You thought it was over. It was problematic, but they're here. I don't know that you're going to really have like a real conversation with them either. Yeah, super annoying. I don't even know what to tell you. I don't. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh my gosh, you guys. Is this not the craziest reading ever? I think this is the craziest reading I've ever done on a general before. Okay, so clearly, even this one here, there's a little bit of a big story going on. A little bit. Nope, didn't mean to pull all those, but that's fine. Okay. Okay. All right, big reading, lots more to talk about. So if you want to join me on the comprehensive, it's fine. Or the link will be below. If not, it's fine. The only thing, like if you don't want to join me, if you're going to take anything away from this reading, if you don't know what to do, choose yourself. Period. Okay? All right, you guys, I'm going to leave you there. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next month. All right, take care. Bye-bye.